What's up with it? It's the Boss Mac Topsoil. And this is like a quick podcast. Very sad. A very sad podcast. Very sad. Very sad. First and foremost, I want to say rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, and blessings to his family. Shouts out to Lauren London and his family, his daughter, son, brothers, mom, everybody. We lost a legend. We lost a young legend. A great motherfucker. We lost a great motherfucker. He was I never got to meet him, but I'd seen him a few times. I've seen him moving around. I've seen his team, his people. 6-0 ain't no joke. I've always been very impressed with the way that 6-0 move out there, man. Very impressed with the way they move. They are very, very thorough, serious. Shouts out to Big U, all them niggas. Now, I've been like sitting back, kind of like observing social media and all the different other podcasts. Shouts out to Tariq Nasheed. He was on the scene out there. To see if anybody was going to say anything valid about this, if anybody really knew what was popping, what happened. A lot of conspiracies. The government did it, Big Pharma, because you know he got the documentary about Dr. Sebi about to drop. Well, they working on it. Shouts out to Nick Cannon, say he gonna pick up the torch and run with it. We gotta protect Nick Cannon at all costs. Shouts out to Nick Cannon. I really like what Nick Cannon been doing. I checked out Star to see what he had to say. Nobody knows. Gunned down in front of his store. In front of the Marathon store in his hood. Now, I will say that he is not the preeminent power of 6-0. I know that there's other factors that are the higher echelon of 6-0 that you never see. You see Big U, but there's others. And, you know, Nipsey was the face of 6-0 from the soil. And I think the world doesn't really understand the magnitude of the soil, the where them niggas is from, where they at over there in 6-0, where that store is, that whole shopping center, and what Nip was really doing by having that establishment there. That was beyond many things that the average man. The average man, I don't think truly understands. People in the world don't really understand how the nigga had that store in the hood, right? A fine establishment. A fine establishment. Top flight. Sponsored by Puma. Collaborations with Jay-Z, the Plains hats. I mean, that's a very big deal. Educating the youth in tech, all kind of shit. Providing jobs. I have always admired Nipsey Hussle because of he really was hustling. He really was his name, Nipsey motherfucking Hussle, man. This nigga exemplified entrepreneurial spirit and showing niggas exactly what to do and how to win. Me personally, I was inspired greatly by him. And I'm old. I was in the talks, well, I am in the talks of trying to establish a Compton's Righteous store in my hood, in the Nellis. You know, I was inspired by his example. Like, we gotta have an establishment in the hood where niggas can come and be a part of the Compton experience. Like, you could pull up, buy, find authentic merchandise, Compton's Righteous, and my other shit, you know what I'm saying? But really, you know, it's really like Compton, you feel me? I'm very much inspired by that. A lot of niggas was like, nah, Boss Mike, you can't do that because it's going to be complications. Niggas know where to find you. Hating. You can't control all these niggas. It's going to be gunplay. It's something that's going to happen. But, you know, in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm kind of willing to, I'm like, man, I'm willing to die for that shit. Like, we got to be able to do that type of shit. I mean, why can't niggas do that type of shit? You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why it's very difficult to do that shit. You see what happened to Nipsey. Now, what happened to Nipsey? Now, you know, I got on the phone immediately and called up some real niggas that, you know, that I know. Niggas who don't be on social media. Niggas who know all the behind the scenes factors and the real niggas who know what kind of happened. You feel me? And from my reports, from what I heard, first let me say this. There's a lot of conspiracy theories. It's a lot of, you know, they think, like I said, this was like a assassination, government, you know, big pharma, etc., 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 you know. This is what I heard. Now, I don't want no problems with niggas from 6-0 because I know that they know who did it. You feel me? And they own it right now. I believe that they are on it right now. You know, the individual that did this is being hunted right now. I don't know if the police probably own it too. Okay, so here's what I was told. I was told that an individual came up to his shop, and I don't know if he was trying to shop or trying to talk to him. because Nipsey is like he do G shit. He do G shit. An example of G shit with regard to Nipsey is you'll reflect back to when he slapped a motherfucker. When he slapped that dude at the whatever type of wars they was at. And you know, he slapped the nigga. Okay, see that right there, when a nigga slapping another nigga is some gangster shit. That's like high levels of disrespect and some checking going on. You feel me? So you saw Nipsey actively participating in G shit. He was not above checking motherfuckers. You feel me? So I just want you to notate that you talking about an individual who's a gangster. Nipsey Hussle was and is a gangster from 6-0. You feel me? So niggas have a certain type of weight and clout, and you know what I'm saying. So I'm told that an individual came up to his shop, and I don't know if he was trying to talk to him or shop, but this individual was in bad standing as far as they hood is concerned. This nigga was accused of snitching, like he's a snitch. They know that this nigga was telling, right? Now, the outside world doesn't really understand the dynamics of this. Regular human beings don't understand this. Like, Nipsey Hussle is not a regular person. Like I said, he's a gangster from 6-0. You feel me? So it's not like a regular store owner. You know what I mean? If you know, you have an individual in bad standing as far as 6-0 is concerned. Like, he's been accused of snitching. You can't come up to the store and shop, and you can't come up to the store and talk or plead your case. Or I don't know if he was pleading his case or whatever, but words were exchanged. And from what I understand, this individual was asked to leave the property. Like, he cannot be on the property. Like, and that would go for a nigga like me as well. Like, if I had the store in the hood, right? If I had the Compton's Righteous store in my hood, and it's a nigga from the Nellis who I know is telling. I know he's a known. The word has been. It's out there that he's telling. You can't shop at the store. You can't come up here and talk to me. I don't have nothing to talk about. Like, you know what you did. It's complications. You feel me? And so I'm gonna ask you to leave. You know what I'm saying? And it could go bad. It could be like it could get ugly. Like, if you don't want to leave. You know what I'm saying? So from what I heard is that this individual was asked to leave the property. He was asked to leave. So understand, can't nobody, a nigga, a unknown nigga cannot approach a nigga like Nipsey Hussle on his soil. You can't, a regular nigga cannot just run up on Nipsey Hussle and have conversation. It has to be somebody that he know. You feel me? So it's an individual who was in bad standing with the hood, with they hood, and was asked to leave the property. And upon him leaving the property, he turned around and gunned Nipsey Hussle down. He turned around and gunned him down. Period. And the other niggas with him. You know what I'm saying? Then got in the car with the bitch and left. So here's what I think is happening. I think that law enforcement is going to run the tape, right? Now, it could be, hey, I don't know everything, but it could be he was put up to it, but I highly doubt it. I think this is some regular nigga treachery right here. Because you got to imagine a motherfucker that has lost his standing with the hood. I don't know if y'all really can appreciate that. All you outside square people who don't understand gang banging and hood shit. Once you are declared a snitch, you can't talk to certain niggas. You cannot talk to certain niggas. You can't. And the first level of dealing with you is get away from me. Nigga, I don't want to talk to you. I don't care what you got to say. I'm not talking to you. So, the bitch who drove, the police know who that is. They gotta know already. I know they know. And 6-0 know. And I'm quite sure they're gonna find him and they're gonna do what they want to do to him. I imagine the nigga getting tortured, all kind of shit. 6-0 is a hell of a neighborhood. They are not. This is not being taken lightly. They know who his mama is. They already at her house. Whoever this is who did this has placed his whole family in jeopardy. His mama, siblings, baby mama, everybody. You feel me? So, it's been a problem with niggas telling and walking around out here. It's been a lot of niggas telling and a lot of niggas walking around. But I'm quite sure that, this nigga Nipsey wasn't having no. You can't be a known snitch from the hood and be up at the store. You can't do it. You can't talk. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I think happened, which is a super tragedy. It's more of a tragedy than if he got killed behind the documentary or because, the powers that be don't want to see a black man own so much and move up and be like a guiding light for the community and all of that. I think this is much more cut and dry, you know what I'm saying? And I hope that the niggas from 6-0, I hope they own the job, and I hope that they find this nigga, and I hope they really torture a nigga accordingly. Torture a nigga, kill him, all that shit. You feel me? I believe this is a case of a coward killing a legend. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, is a tragedy, you know. And I hope that all of the things that Nipsey has done stay in place and keep thriving. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's fucked up. We don't want to see a wide scale war. You know, I'm quite sure, and niggas, and the way niggas think, I'm quite sure like a lot of niggas is really frustrated, and maybe the niggas who don't know all the details will get out and do stuff to other neighborhoods, which should not be done. I mean, I know personally that niggas be wanting to kill something after something like that happen. Period. Niggas want to kill. But I hope niggas, you know, I hope they catch the nigga who did it, and they deal with that nigga. I hope that they don't have to do nothing to the nigga's family or nothing like that. I hope the nigga is not, that whoever it is, I hope he's not so much of a coward that he would leave his people out there to bear the brunt of what he did. You know, this is a very sad thing. Listen. Yesterday, now I know this is I know niggas don't wanna niggas don't say I'm tripping or whatever, but yesterday was such a beautiful day before that happened. Like, the sun was shining. It was a beautiful California day, man, and I was driving around, man, Long Beach, man. I was over by the water looking out at the ocean. And I was thinking to myself, I swear to God, this thought came to me while I was looking at the waters and watching people, you know, everybody out, because, you know, the sun is energizing everybody, people moving around, enjoying life. And I thought to myself, I had a thought like, what if this was my last time looking at the ocean? And what if this was my last time driving my car? And what if this is the last time that, you know, I put on this outfit? Or if this is the last time I see these sights? When we never know when it's the last time for anything, you know. And you have to, like, I just really was like, let me take in a moment, like, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I started looking at Instagram, and I looked at my homie, my little homie, Fat Meech. Shout out to Fat Meech, real Fat Meech. And he was supposed to go up to Crenshaw High School to do some promo, because, you know, he got his single out there, Brothers. My brother is getting played on Power 106. Shout out to Fat Meech. And he had canceled his event at Crenshaw High School, talking about Nipsey just got shot. I was like, what the fuck? How is that possible? How is it possible that niggas can approach Nipsey Hussle and pull out a gun and shoot him? And the only way that could happen is if he knew the niggas. You feel me? So like I said, you know, I immediately got on the phone and called some real niggas. Like I said, niggas who will never be on social media because they way too gangster to be on social media. And was popping. And niggas, it was all bad. You know what I mean? And when I seen a little clip of them working on him, I knew that he probably wasn't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? So, what we have is a coward who killed a legend. You know what I'm saying? And you'll notice that none of the factors, if you look at the factors, they haven't said nothing. The factors haven't posted nothing saying rest in peace or nothing like that. The niggas who count from 6-0 have not posted nothing, because I believe that they are actively hunting. And I wish those niggas much success. I wish them much success in they hunt for this nigga who did this. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, man. You was a true inspiration to a nigga. I remember it was a bitch at my at one of my I was doing the podcast, and it was a bitch sitting there. A bitch was there with my engineer at the time. Shout out to Ransom from DA Carson 190 Crip. He's a thorough motherfucker. It was a bitch in there. She was like, you know what? You remind me of Nipsey Hussle. And I was like, really? I felt kind of proud a little bit. I was like, well, I'm an old nigga though. You know what I'm saying? And I really, I really felt like I really identified with that nigga, man. Like, that West Coast shit, man. That real niggas from the West Coast, man, is just rare. It really. I think that if you're not from L.A. proper, I'm talking about L.A., Compton, Long Beach, Carson proper, you understand me? You can't really understand the dynamics of this that we live in out here. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be from other places banging and shit like that, but it's a LA thing. It's a Southern California real nigga aesthetic that I see in certain niggas that just always make me happy, and that nigga used to make me happy. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like in the video, like rap niggas that rap from Victory Lap, rap niggas. That video, like, it just. I thought that video was beautiful, man. I just. At the end, when them niggas, they was on the yacht in New York, it was Big U was on there, and them niggas was on the yacht in New York, and it just seeing that, it just almost brought a tear to my eye the first time I seen it, because it just, I feel like our shit runs the world. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to New York, Chicago, Atlanta, but our shit runs the planet, man. I feel, and this was a super tragedy You know, it's just, I feel like it's a case of Nipsey administering some G shit, you know, checking a nigga that's not supposed to be around. You not supposed to be around. Get the fuck off my property. Get away. Nigga, you lucky we don't do something to you here. You feel me? There's kids and shit around, all types of shit. You feel me? Like, nigga, get the fuck away. Cause I mean, bottom line, man, a known snitch nigga come up to you, man. I mean, trying to talk and plead his case and shit. Ain't no talking and pleading your case, man. You know what you did. You gotta get away, bro. I don't even want nigga get away, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did what you did. You feel me? I was really sad. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I did not know this nigga, man. My whole Sunday was canceled. Like, after 5 o'clock yesterday, I just was like, after 5 o'clock on Sunday, March 31st, I just didn't want to do shit. I was supposed to go fuck with Courtney. She had a little fashion show. I'm supposed to go support Courtney Love and pull up, you know, cheering for my bitch. And I just didn't even want to do shit, man. I just felt like I needed to sit down and take this in and see what, you know, just hear, you know, my peoples kept calling me, feeding me the info, let me know the changes going along, until finally he was like, Boss Mac, this is what happened. You know, nigga went up there. It was making him leave. And he turned around and gunned the nigga down. You know what I'm saying? And, you know. So, like I said, the police, they gonna be on the bitch. And then the bitch is only gonna know so much. And the nigga, you know, the protocol is that, you know, he from the hood. They know where his mama live. You feel me? And, you know, they gonna make you come out. You know what I'm talking about? You gonna have to come out. You can't leave your peoples floating in the wind unless you like a super coward. You know what I'm saying? You know, I remember some shit like this happened. Well, it wasn't really like this, but back in the day, in the 90s, early 90s in Compton, I remember it was some dirty police. The Compton PD was dirty, you know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of the Compton PD at that time back then, they grew up with a lot of the niggas out here doing shit. A lot of the niggas, you know what I'm saying? So Compton PD, different officers used to watch niggas and, you know, jack niggas and take they dope, like, you know. And I remember they took this, this one nigga, they jacked this one nigga and took a chicken from him, right? A whole chicken, right? And old boy was like, well, they was gonna take the chicken from him. They was gonna take the chicken from him. And old boy was like, I can't take this loss. You know, I think he had got fronted the dope or some shit like that. So it was one of them situations where it was do or die for him. So he was like, fuck that. He killed him. You know what I'm saying? And then ran into the community. And hid at a nigga house, right? Now, you know, the whole SWAT, everybody was looking for this nigga, and The nigga, they couldn't find. They didn't find him, but they figured out. No, they didn't find him, and they put up a reward, like $1 million reward or some type of shit, for information leading to do the rest. So the nigga who house he hid at, this nigga told. You feel me? He tried to go up to the police and tell, you know, in which the police just arrested him and said, nigga, you was in on it. So then they, you know, the whole neighborhood got smashed. Every niggas on probation violations. A lot of niggas went to the prison behind that. A lot of niggas got caught dirty and went to the pen behind that. I think Big Duck went to the pen behind that, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got caught up in that. He had like a lot of water at the crib. I think he ended up going to the feds for like 20 years behind that shit. But anyway, the nigga who went up there and told, his mama ended up getting killed because of that. I think they killed his mama because he told. And the other nigga was running, you know, I mean, yeah, I think they end up killing his mama behind that shit or some shit. So, you feel me? It's like, you know, this is ugly, you know, it's some ugly shit. But like I said, you know, I know it would be more elegant for this to be like behind Dr. Sabi, or he doing the, you know, they don't want him to do the documentary and all that shit, but I think it's more like simplistic than that. You feel me? You know. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, man. I hope they kill the nigga that did this. I hate to sound dark like that, but I hope they do.